Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower.
干爹阵容的缺陷就是所有的控全部仰仗 FY 一个人，一旦团战里面 FY 被先动手的话，很有可能哈斯卡一个人都 A 不到，会被对面溜着打。因为炼金有一个爆，然后蝙蝠的蝶游，包括狮王的墓碑分割战场，还有一个衰老在，所以这种对 FY 要求很高。哦，这个位置看到一个蝙蝠骑士，右鬼直接开大，盯一下对面的位置，这边踢下来，蝙蝠想换一个拉住，但是有一个大骨灰怼上之后，最后需要 AME 收掉这个人头。进来有点拼，一直想找对面的人，然后有视野想找对面节奏，有动错了地方了。这个地方对面支援很快，而且有一个幽鬼，炼金已经灰药，还需要再刷一点技能，再刷一点钱。这个位置想的应该是补跳。FY 被找到，最后一个空导弹一下不够收走。幽鬼的位置被眼看到了，狮王小明这一战放了个墓碑，但是自己这边的话没能等到队友过来。另外一边的话，老干爹开始打盾，这个盾的时机选择的很刁钻。而且陈这边有足够的团队道具来支撑这波偷盾，15分钟控盾。一个板，这个距离比较远，而且老板身上是有一个战鼓，所以不一定追得上。选择先出一些属性装，然后再来出自己的跳。带盾。开始做自己的 BKB。上路一局推进，这里的话身体已经有跳了，小规模的团战已经可以接了。再出到一个分身，出到一个兵甲的话，正面团也虚。这波来了，看一下，看不摇起来，先破物，这边有野快的视野，要自爆了，这个地方赶紧走，补一下这里的加点，哈斯卡来了，要吃人，他身上有一个导弹定位，但自己有点无所畏惧，再往前追，看到一个棒子，这里的话，对面既然墓碑架在高台上，也没有选墙上，给一个传送，让他回家。下路的话是给 AME 继续来刷，这的话现在发育也起得很快。但是他们现在整体的一个经济是在落后的，对吧？虽然领先对面大哥4000，但他们实际经济只领先对面1000。
Double damage。
不开始刷自己的跳刀，前期打架频繁，有点频繁，而且死有点多了。但是这个位置 A 下双倍一个牺牲，一屁股坐死。下路有鬼也开始做灰药，而这把 AME 的话出场选择和他打架思路很像，对吧？这把的话队伍都在给他争取发育空间，他就是要裸灰药的，捆住，开树，转，小精灵，小树人想挡一下，再过来3下直接带走 ，maybe 这边双倍符还没消，掉链子了，现在炼金这个装备还不会支撑他在对抗哈斯卡。而且这一波他走的有点深，好吧，有点大意了。FY 跳，这波跳应该已经漏了，但是队伍之间的话，会不会再去选择出一个买一个物来找对面打一波？现在这个时间段的话，又有灰药回家补个蓝，然后一波物开大一个收割，感觉美滋滋。上路飞机来了，剑瑶大招不着急，这个大居然没弹到这个飞机，查理斯有点懵啊，我的大呢？连接不。剑套， 秒钟的时间，这个位置赶紧应该还要找对面打。奈提这个位置很危险，好吧？感受到了杀气，对面人没有漏，有鬼辉耀。 有鬼趁最后剩余的时间直接走了。上路的话是小树人一直在推，中路这边有盾的 maybe 还是没人能管，其实就一直保持这个1000的区间。这时候已经做出了自己的朦胧枪、飓风长戟。 飞机在做什么装备啊？这把 Mugi 这段时间打的也没什么声音了。躲 BKB 战鼓之后躲 BKB， 很急，想防住局势，想跟对面打正面。上路塔是直接被带点。 龟有了辉耀之后，刷钱速度没有落下太多。maybe 这边的对快消，下路这边回到第一波直接找到，又是一个单人受限的大哥，而且这波的话后面还有先知的包夹，那这个画面似曾相识。蝙蝠出到自己跳刀，炼金赶紧走，自己也去有鬼。马上能做到一把分身。 现在这个局势分身还不够，还有戴要出装备。上路，打针眼找到了，一脚踩没踩到，但是进化怪这边一个反吸，另外一边的话，墓碑加蝙蝠是逼退了这边盾消掉的 maybe。 这波还想打来了，坐下来反眼，这个反眼有问题啊！而且第二时间留住了，蝙蝠骑士一个大招余震往前跟，有辉耀在烫，最后刀砍死，荒芜效果出来。这波杀人打塔，有活血结束啊！自己状态刚起台，这。 把蝙蝠到现在还没有什么特别好的声音，因为对面给的压制力太强了，自己还没有一次先手大，而且每次在局势快要稳定下来的时候，大哥都会被对面抓一下，这一来一回就好烦。炼金这段时间也是没时间好好刷钱，上路在打，自己下路人在被抓，自己不敢出门。但是好歹分身也是做出来了，要开悟吗？ 这波开悟画线是想往对面上半区的野区逛，要跟着蝙蝠来打。这波开悟节奏，但是上面有人破雾 ，FY 有跳刀，在等对面人跳过来之后直接跳走，很自信。这波雾等于白开。 想着准备 A 场，马上能够做到自己的 BKB 一波，还是打这波还打连过来，定。 反下对也，你在知道也去发的话， 后首先就比看到2人过来上高。
Hurricane. Oh, to get on him.
As a whole, that was. Stone. Sharp is crushed and will be up in 27 to 1.
Don't is my
Say what I will do with this power.
Dire team pick.
Hero doesn't really want to lane up against the Brewmaster at all. It's just gonna get drunken hazed and crit harassed and stuff the entire time. So I don't know. Maybe the last pick will help tie everything together. But right now I'm not liking the draft very much. And Aster are just continuing to dial up this aggression and speed. You know, even past 11 at this point was they pick up a Pugna. So they've got good push. They didn't really have a ton of building damage. Weaver is okay, but not amazing. So now they've got ways to fight in the early game with the Brewmaster. They've got ways to take towers in the early game with the Pugna. Not clear if it's going to be a core Pugna just yet. They've got some decent defensive options as well to save against some of this chain lockdown. Defensive Decrepify, throw out a Nightmare. I think we could see that coming in pretty big this game, just to help, you know, say Brewmaster Weaver gets caught by the Bloodseeker Silence, and then you can decrep and you can Nightmare and you can just buy that couple of seconds that you need to allow your hero to get the Primal Split off or get the time lapse off. But Void does not like playing Pugna at all. You drop a Chrono and then you just get decrept yourself. It's not easy to farm up to a Manta, it's super easy to farm up to a BKB, so a lot of your early game kill potential with, say, like just a Mask of Madness or a Shadow Blade is getting negated pretty heavily. So, we shall have to see what Team Serenity go for here. I don't even know. Can they pick, like, Sniper here or something? Does that even remotely work? It feels like you have to pick their mid, probably. Maybe Bloodseeker can mid. I don't know if Seeker can lane mid against Pugna. Yeah, I feel like D-Stones has got a lock on this draft.
10
here.
seconds
But
remaining.
who knows? Who knows what'll happen, right? I'm saying all of
5
this, but
seconds remaining.
Serenity are probably feeling at least reasonably happy about their draft, so we'll just have to see how it all kind of pieces together in the end. But the other thing, that their damage is all, they have a little bit of spread in terms of the damage, but at least in terms of damage types, like there's and just hopefully get the solo kill,
Dire
but
team pick.
and now Zeus picked up. Yeah, Aster. You can just tell they want to play fast. They're planning to win this one in like 25 minutes before the Void or the Seeker is even remotely relevant. One kink of the light as well, but heroes don't actively put pressure on all the time. You know, kind of one and they can spell, they can get killed, that's what they want to do, and then they're gonna go right back to farming. Meanwhile, faster they could take tier 1 after tier 1 after tier 1. I could even see them taking like safe lane tier 1 and mid lane tier 1 before 8 or 10 minutes. Yeah. We'll see. Poor old Rubik, I think he might be, as his win rate's gonna get tarnished a little bit. Good Rubik game. There are some amazing spells to steal this game. It's an amazing game that if you can eggs on some really big plays in this game, steal. There's a lot of really good consistent steals and a lot of really high impact steals. So I would want to be playing Rubik in this game, but it is a support Rubik, so he's not necessarily going to get all that much farm unless they get out of the early game intact. Which we'll see if that happens. We do have an Orb of Venom on Rubik here. This item's been nerfed a bit, but still decent perhaps in this situation. So it is going to be PYW on the safe lane Void, it looks like. XCJ on the Winter Wyvern. ZYD is heading mid on Bloodseeker. GGG on Lycan. And as I was saying, Q on the Rubik. Meanwhile, over on the Aster side, we've got a Baboka. Okay, so this is how it's, we're going to Baboka position for Weaver. Maybe they've been playing playing it like this earlier. I didn't actually watch the games. I was just looking at the drafts. But all right, so we got a Baboka support Weaver, Sylar on the Luna. This is actually going to be disgusting with the Geminate attack and the Swarm combining up with the Lunar Blessing. So this lane's going to have a ton of damage. D-Stones on the Pugna. Already picking up a Magic Stick early on just to sort of benefit a little bit from the Blood Rage spam coming through. XXS on Brewmaster and Fenrir on the Bane. XXS, can you grab this one? Yes, you can. It's going to be 2 apiece. As we get ourselves underway here for Game 2 of this Kuala Lumpur qualifier group stage match. Okay, I'm interested to see how this lane goes. I don't imagine that this is very good for Bloodseeker. But like I said before, you never quite know with Bloodseeker, because it could be that the side lanes go really, really well for Serenity somehow, and then all of a sudden, we're just looking at a Bloodseeker just completely running the Pugna underneath its tower. So, we shall have to see. Jinkyu, alright, pops the Sentry Ward down. Baboka, the Sentry Ward of his own. Yes, it is. Yeah, Ruby could at least getting something done here at level 1. But not really able to do anything to shut out the Brewmaster here. Bottom. Fenrir, you're gonna go for a little side pull or something. And maybe we just watch the mid lane for a little. Do ID 2 and 2 so far. D-Stones 0 CS thus far. 2 denies. Not a great look from him, to be honest. The Lucken taking a lot of damage. Baboka looping around on him right now. And he needs to be careful. Baboka takes a couple auto attacks. Jinkyu's gonna chase him down. Baboka's gonna pop the Fairy Fire, but this is gonna help the Bloodseekers get more damage. Baboka he's gonna slow down. Is going fantastically. This super here. Actually, wait. First done. Why did Tyler back? PYW? Yeah. 2 XCG doing his best. What? How? Well, going here. I can't imagine everybody.
Denied! Having troubles denied!
Wages of fear.
Dire's structures are fortified.
The nether reaches out!
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire are scanning.
gold for me.
Cloud their minds.
Is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Cold winds keep you.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Haste!
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Fall into the fire.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
I'll never touch the For the twins.
tide is muddy. The wages of fear. An icy chill restores me.
Fear in your eyes.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Monster kill! We all were life. I take yours. That eternity.
A golden thread. Invisibility.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's structures are falling.
So vile.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Team Serenity! Victory! Radiant structures are fortified.
And yeah, overall they did get those 2 runes for alchemy, so there's that at least. But overall, as I said, this alchemist he cannot approach mid any longer. And what do? If you put the Winter Wyvern on mid, like they're doing right now, what's happening is your Slardar is playing alone. So now bad position right now, definitely. They thought that they could get away with this greedy alchemist pick. It backfired hard after he died solo. And now they're struggling on 2 lanes. They're top.
I mean, even top. Yeah, top is drawn, I'd say, right now, because they're even on CS and both sides are having deaths. LTW does have free gills to his name, which is good for him, but speaking of LTW, taking a lot of damage. The Blood Right's going to be there as well. LTW, he's going to fall. They can't get away from this time. One more tap, one more tap. Shikuchi away. Barely in time. And I'm wondering why Sadeko backed away from that. I think 1 hit from him would have done the deal.
Yeah, I'm not certain. A little bit of a misplay from Kumeko, but as you said, like even this lane, which I said was, as you said, was kind of evenish or going well for them, in contrast to the other lanes, now it's being pressured hard, and this Weaver is sent to jungle too.
They've rotated both supports mid now. This is getting desperate. And it's not the wrong move though, right? This is a TA. This gets out of control quickly.
I mean, she's already out of control. There's no way. I think they should forget about this. Just put the Wyvern here so she doesn't take the tier 1. As once she takes that tier 1, the whole jungle that they've got is opened up, and they won't be able to secure their alchemist farm anywhere. So Wyvern being here is definitely correct, but Silencer should be top, helping the Weaver. And they need to get something on their Slardar and on their Weaver so that they can deal with this TA. Right now, there's nothing in their arsenal that's gonna help them with the TA.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Also, Chu just sneaking in ward in the camp to make sure Nyx's life is even harder than it already is. Meanwhile, bot though, BZZ's gone. They rotate round.
Yeah, but that's a problem. He has no support. Usually you have these dual lanes, and if you're left alone so early, like you're gonna struggle as an offlaner, especially after dual laning for a while. Because what happened there? You dual lane, you pressure the lane a bit, but basically what you did is you starved your offlaner the experience, and now he's forced to solo. I mean, it's not Wyvern's fault or Slardar's, but that's the way the game is right now. It's looking win for them, that's for sure. Navi is playing these lanes for a while.
Pop is also reaching the turn point where, of course, you get your hands on the Rupture. Suddenly, Weaver's life becomes problematic. And he's already identified this and looking to move away from the lane. But there's a problem here. There's a problem arising right now, which is everyone is gradually moving towards the jungle inside of the Sparta. And that's usually not a game-winning strategy. Oh, going on Magical might be, though, if he didn't have Refraction.
There we go, Weaver pressuring the TA a little bit, just making her go way back off. But that's it.
But no one's doing anything.
The 4 of them.
Yeah. They look a little bit lost right now. They're going to smoke up. Just the support's looking for a rotation towards bot. But Blizzy does have a haste.
Yeah, and this is one tanky Tiny. It's very hard to get him. Instead, what they do is they just realize it, they pour the Wyvern on top, and they ward bottom high ground cliff. So overall, it's fine. Koneko.
Yeah, he's gone super deep.
A bit too deep though. He has no portal. He has no TP, and he's very slow. He has no boots either.
Yep, they're rotating now. Actually, Misha got the Arcane Curse out, and of course we've moved across as well. RTW looking to run this one down. Seneko pays the price for being, I'd say, a little bit greedy, but this was far beyond that. Oh, did they get the in from that? I think it's just out of range. Okay.
Yeah, he didn't. I believe he didn't.
Meanwhile, Blizzy, look at this greed. He's like, no. This alchemist stays in the dirt. He does not recover.
You're not gonna get any stacks. At least he's level 6. He has his ultimate there ready. But overall, yeah, like Enigma didn't really have to do that. But he has no boots. He has no port. He isn't really giving them a lot either. Bounties.
LTW secures them. So, nice little move there to sneak past Blizzy, but are they going to switch his lanes up? Blizzy's still staying top. I feel like Crystallize is waiting to see what LTW does. Or maybe not. No, it's just like, okay, go for the Slardar because the Weave is too problematic. And actually, in fairness, if they do catch Slardar for a second and rupture him, there's no easy escape.
So far, Immersion is doing a really good job at... What? Lizzie, top lane?
Oh, going in. Gets hands on Immersion, tosses him back here, but it won't be enough. And now, it's going to be 3 heroes at top lane against Blizzy. Gets hit up by the Corrosive Haze. Going to toss a tree, but I think you know how this one ends.
Yeah, this is awesome for Espada. I mean, it's basically greed from Tiny. There's absolutely no reason for him to commit
mid though.
Mid lane?
No. Nyx gets rid of course, that basic dispel you now get with Chemical Rage come into effect. Looks like Magical jumped the gun a little bit there. I think if you wait maybe half a second longer, you can get the lift down time.
What I believe Navi should do is they should pace themselves. They shouldn't be overly aggressive here. Yeah, you need to shut down the Alchemist, but you do not have to make any crazy moves. You do not have to die on Tiny for a Wyvern kill. Even if you get him, that Wyvern, his whole team has no net worth in comparison to your own. So just chill, pick your fights, and don't throw this lead.
Yeah, I mean, we're looking at this right now. It's a 2k net worth lead for Na'Vi, but that's... Well, 3k now. But that's with your opponents having an Alchemist, which means you're more like 5k up, maybe at this point. Which is actually pretty damn good to be cruising into the mid game. The only way this backfires is if they go too deep, because we already said it's actually hard for a Sparta to chase. But if you decide to just, I don't know, turn up in the middle of their jungle, 1 by 1...
Yeah, if you move in with the bootless Enigma, or if you dive the tier 1 on a Wyvern, you can get punished. So. Overall, I really like the way Espada is moving though. Whenever the Alchemist is farming something, they are somewhat at the same area but in front. So if any aggression happens, they have to go through them to get to the Alchemist. Right now it's a bit different as he's on the other side of the map, but so far they've been really smart about it.
The problem with this is it has to pay off. You have to find kills or you're just wasting tons of time.
Oh, definitely. 4 of them just rotating like this.
Yep. Oh, they're trying to jump in. Seneca a little bit far forward. And I think this is not going to end well for him. Avalanche is available. Lizzie covers the mark. Needs to toss up. Global Silence comes out. Actually tosses LTW out of the Blood Right. And now the Wind's Curse is going to be there onto Tiny. Templar Assassin does actually show up. Not doing enough damage to kill off the Tiny though. Luckily for him, he's pretty tanky. But while that's happening, Enigma does actually tick out the Arcane Curse.
Did he use something there? I didn't see. I guess he used another spell or something.
Yeah, it looked like it. That shouldn't be happening. But he's not the tankiest individual. And once again, not the biggest loss for them. They will be able to now take the tier 1 tower as Magical wins straight for a Desolator. Avalanche. Yeah, he's donezo here. He can buy a little bit of time with Cold Break.
That he's gonna die.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a death here in the top lane. But he'll be like Space, you know, it takes them 5 more seconds to take the tier 1 top.
I mean, this is great for them, honestly. Like, for Espada and for the situation that they are in. I mean, the score is kind of even. Like, you wouldn't think that they're in a grim position, but they truly are. And making them all rotate top, that itself is a victory for Espada, as their Alchemist was on the other side of the map that whole time, free-farming, and he has his Relic now. It's minute 14. It's far from being good for an Alchemist, but it's something. He's recovering it. You can never rule an Alchemist out if he catches back. Like, he can get his items really fast. He can have impact. Especially right now. I think Alchemist is in a good state in the current meta.
Yeah, he plays this interesting style, you see, where if your team can just buy time, say you're going to die, okay, can you buy an extra 10 seconds? Because give maybe 1 creep wave worth to an Alchemist, and he'll get more value out of that than you'll get out of the gank.
Bottom lane, we see another aggression movement.
Yeah, they're trying to get on to Seneco here. He's going to actually pump the tree to them. Espada, need to be careful. BZZ going to be held by the Rupture and the stun. Going to dodge out the Blood right there. The Winter Curse is going to be there to slow down Blizzy so he can't get involved, but they'll still find a Posada in the tree line as BZZ does fall. Can't move away from that quick enough. I mean, you've kind of done so. At this stage, when you get hit by a Rupture, there's not really a way out of that for you.
Bounty runes, though, they really have to commit to them again. Wyvern is committing on the...
It's going to be a fight. Immersion pays the price, though. Wanted it so badly. And meanwhile, on the top...
He really wanted that one.
Seneco didn't steal the room, but he'll be able to get his own one. Misha can't stop him.
Yeah, so they only got one bounty rune, considering they have an alchemist. Not great. He has his radiance finished up now. Don't play Seneko.
Seneco's dead. They just run him down. Use the shrine as well. Extra value for them. Pink's coming out though. Choose moving across the sprint. Looking on the Misha maybe. Nope. Gets the steal. Holding up into place. LTW tries to the Shikuchi away. Still will be able to escape as the avalanche isn't enough. The toss on the Misha will clean him up. And Chu in response does have the Shikuchi. LTW getting low. Will be forced to use the time lapse.
That was a really nice last words from Silencer, using it on Tiny there so he can't combo the Weaver. Overall, I mean, they got the Soneko, and only now did I realize that Soneko was level 5 when they got it. So that's minute 15, level 5. It's not really something you want to see on your support. But yeah, he did get that tome, and overall, even if he has global, it's very unlikely that he's gonna position it really well because of the global silence and Winter's Curse and everything that can break it from distance.
I mean, that's kind of the interesting thing here as well, is that Navi's cores are ahead in terms of XP, but their supports are definitely behind. You see an average of a level for each role.
Yeah, of course, but that's the effect of that Wyvern being there all the time on the lane, pushing it out while the Alchemist is farming. Wyvern is one of these supports that's always rich. Like, look at him. I mean, his team is being pressured, but he has Arcane Boots, he has Magic Wand, he's going for that turn, it seems. Like, he has a decent amount of farm. Why does he have it? Because he's defending. Like, he's defending, guys, you know? Like, I'm defending. I'm gonna go bottom and defend. Then suddenly you don't have a support for 2 minutes. Why? Because he's farming, actually. That's what he's doing.
So what you're saying is, if you want to secretly farm while being a support, just pick Wyvern.
Yeah, pick Wyvern. There's a couple of heroes that do that, actually. I think Jakiro is one of those.
Jakiro does that throughout the game, right? Like, his job is just run into a lane, put down Macapine die. Mid lane, he's low.
Trap, one more trap.
Nope, he dodges out the trap. The slows from Immersion are good. They won't be able to keep Magical around long enough if they're going to move away. They do have the Winner's Curse, but no way of using it.
The Black Hole was committed as well for that kill, so they do not have that tool any longer. I actually can't believe that they did not manage to kill this Stardar in a Black Hole.
Oh, they will find Misha though. Brought back into the Blood Right and just ran down by the Bloodseeker.
Look at that speedy little Rubik with Sukuchi.
He's so happy. Like, it's just... Yeah, he's gonna find this. I mean, he just revealed the blink. Immersion's forced you to call embrace. No, Magical a little bit too deep here. They're gonna be able to chase him down. He does have the meld available. We'll just stand here for the time being, just worried about whether they're going on him. The Midnight Pulse does scare them off though.
Tiny though, Shadow Blade.
Oh, goes in. Avalanche toss coming out. They will clean up RTW. He's not tanky enough to survive this. I'm guessing he didn't take... No, he's not even 10. He doesn't even have the choice to take the strength talent yet.
Yeah, so overall, pretty good for Navi. They did show their hand. They did show the Shadow Blade, but overall, they got that Weaver. It's position 1 of Espada. Well, with Alchemist, who's truly position 1, but still.
Who is the king, despite being behind before? Nyx has caught up with TA. They're even on net worth now, but should escalate as this goes on. They are smoking up in the mid lane. So, intentions... What? Yeah, he's got the blink. He's looking to fight here.
So overall, he's gonna be a bit more aggressive from now on. Usually I do see Alchemists get blink, but it's a question when. Sometimes they go for Radiance into blink, which is like this game. Sometimes they go Radiance Manta into blink, which is more often. I think he decided to go for this blink as he kind of feels that he has to take away.
Oh, Blizzy, he finds Silence on Immersion down to half HP already, and actually Nyx looking to blink him with a stun available here. Needs to be killed. The Blood Right's going to be there. Immersion won't connect on him. Now the Rupture's going to come out. Nyx still trying to chase down, but won't be able to move too much further. Now, BCZ finds the tug on the side. Crystallized, low on HP already. Needs to move away from this. Somebody turn around the toss back. Sparta, are they going to be turned on here? Nyx actually dies, and BCZ, he can't run away quickly enough. The Blood Right's going to be there. He'll use the Slithering Crush, but it won't change the outcome. Ju hit up and killed off by the Winner's Curse. So they get consolation prize. But that is still an incredibly big failure for the side of Espada in their gank attempt.
That's definitely a big failure. Why? Because their Alchemist committed for this blink, which is an aggressive item, which is going to help him fight. It's not going to help him farm. It's not your Manta. It's not going to speed you up that much at least. And now when you have committed to fighting with a hero that doesn't truly want to fight this early on, and you have lost that fight, things are not looking good for you. Overall, I think there were some misplays there when it comes to Espada. If you are going...
things just got worse.
yoink.
Mercy got found. Yeah, he gets his hands on the bounty rune. Blizzy.
That bounty. Worth, man. Worth. Come on.
I'm surprised he didn't go back sooner. I mean, Blizzy was lurking around there. It's like, wait, where's this white? He's gone for the runes. I missed the timer. You know, this is why you have to, as a pro player at the moment, when you go to sleep, you need to make sure you put on your Admiral Bulldog mixtape, which is just the sound of him screaming runes at you for like the rest of the night.
Admiral Bulldog runes mixtape.
Mixtape, man.
I'd buy that.
Hell yeah. Coming to stores near you soon. I'm going to try and convince PGL that this is a necessity.
Yeah,
all players.
Talk about Radiance on Bloodseeker, by the way. Like, he has the same farm that this Alchemist does. So.
Yeah, this is a really good timing as well. When you consider everything, that top lane was a bit of a bloodbath to begin with.
Yeah, but he we already stated that he had a decent time on top lane. Wasn't that bad. Tiny mid.
Oh, Blizzy found immersion here. Avalanche going to be there. The toss available as well, and they'll clean it up. This is the greedy factor. This is
the super greedy factor. It's not only the greedy factor that he's farming his dagger there. That's kind of understandable. He was like 100 gold away from it. For me, the greatest greedy factor is that he's not buying sentries. He's not helping his position 5. Misha is very poor. They do not have enough sentries versus this tiny. Slardar caught.
Yeah, brought back here. Slivering crush on him as well. The Blood Ride's going to be there. Slowed as well by the trap. Silenced up and just has to turn around and accept his fate. They do run him down straight after getting their hands on the Aegis as well. I think you're right about Misha just being so poor. I guess in their mind's like, you just picked Silencer for the global. That's it. That's all we need from him, right? The poor life from POS 5, but...
I mean, if you remember the bottom fight... Wait, maybe we'll see another bottom fight.
We might. Nyx being pretty greedy here. Blizzy moving across already. There's going to be the Avalanche coming out. The Global Silence Force, though, and we'll go for the TP. We'll make escape, but the ping's coming forward. Misha might not be so lucky. TP out. No chance, Sonny boy. Break the trees.
Top lane.
And break his spirit. Meanwhile, the top lane, no, choose fine. He's out of there.
On top lane, nothing's happening.
Like, wait, what are you talking about this? It's just Rubik stealing Shikuchi again.
Weaver was really close to dying, but he used time-lapse at the last second, so... Oh, Rubik? You're stuck, boy!
You've made an interesting choice here. Enjoy your positioning for the next 10 seconds.
Yeah,
that's actually unfortunate as well. They want to move on to Nyx, who has blinked into the tree line himself and turned off his radiance. Look at this. He's like, I am not here, but no. They find Slarnar instead. The Avalanche and Toss is there. He's going to have to turn around with Slivering Crush, but stunned up with the mouth. It's going to be held in the place by Rubik. They'll get the kill. And Nyx will move away, but Chu is hunting alone right now. Scaring the crap out of him. They do get the tier 2, and Magical's going to threaten high ground. He knows he can. There's no easy way for them to deal with this. He has BKB. He's got a second life.
Radiant structures.
Yeah, he has everything he needs right now. Like, they can go back and farm a bit more. The problem of pushing high ground here is there's a Silencer and Wyvern. So there is that Splinter Blast, and there's also the Winter's Curse to stop you from pushing. Alchemist, if he decides to defend, he can use it as spray. So they have tools of defending, definitely. But overall, I really think they should still commit more to these sentries and wards. Like, their whole jungle is warded up. If that's happening, at least ward their jungle. At least have sentries where your Alchemist is farming. If you remember when they were pushing tier 1 long time ago, they didn't have sentries there, and they knew that there's a tiny Shadow Blade. So these small things, like when you see their main initiator get a Shadow Blade, you should most likely invest a lot in detection. That way you're gonna actually thwart his movements.
Well, we've seen them be a little bit greedy. We said about Merchant, he did pick up his Blink Dagger. Still not picking up sentries, though. It's all on Misha, and that means he has to budget what he has, which is problematic.
The life of a position 5 support, man, feels bad.
When your POS 4 has what he needs and has a gold talent. It feels pretty good, right? Yep, nice stun on the 2. Bloodseeker, there's a black hole coming out of the Global Silence to return. The BKB forced down the Bloodseeker, gonna move away. Blizzy Shadow Bladed up, thought twice about using the Avalanche combo. He needs a target, there it is. They time that back as well. Toss, they're gonna get a rupture, no! ILTW kills himself off. BCZ gonna get low. She will finish him off with Scoochie Immersion. There's the Winner's Curse coming into effect, but it won't matter. Magical's gonna be fine. Immersion most definitely will not. Chu gets a double kill. They clean up. They use the black hole, but they get just as much value out of it.
But your Alchemist is farming. Wink, wink.
Wink, wink. But you're about to lose 2 towers. This is a consolation prize.
This is definitely not worth it any longer. But what? He bought that dagger and
Misha. This is magical. So how long can you go? Time to dance. Dance, little man. He's gonna fall. Okay, that's high ground. That is definitely high ground.
Yeah, for sure. 10 seconds for Wyvern. This tier 3 is gonna fall on mid, maybe even Braxton.
Oh, look at actually, I mean, it's glyphed up the spine a little bit of time, but there's no winner's curse available for 30. They know they can at least get the tier 3, if not more.
Yeah, Alchemist isn't even going back. Without that acid spray, it's very hard.
Range Rax is already down to half HP. You could not underestimate what happens when a TA gets in your high ground, especially a Blood Rage TA. Goodbye, building. So young. Oh, yeah, Blizzy find him pretty hard. They find Immersion. No winner's curse is going to be available. He's too dead, too fast. Now, there's the winner's curse in return coming out of Slardar. The control of the Weaver as well. Chris Light's looking to go work in the KB's going to be there. Now the buyback coming out. Meanwhile, Nick's just jumping the back line, looking at Sparta. Can they do this? Magical going to be down to half HP. The BKB is going to come out. There's the winner's curse finally, but no one being caught inside it. 2 in the base will fall. But they still haven't dealt with the core. They'll finally turn around and find Bloodseeker though. And they just have to run away. Magical unable to assail his opponents. And Taneko in the tree line is going to just dodge out the swarm. But they see him. It's done. All right.
They do get 4 of them, but they do commit 3 buybacks, right? Did they commit more? No, they did commit 3 buybacks. The Aegis is gone right now, so the next fight might be a bit more favorable for Espada. They do have global now again, and overall, not great, but they didn't lose the melee racks at least, so there's that. That's some.
A big bounce back for them though. Finally a dip in the network gains an RV, and this is the critical moment. They can get rid of the tier 1. Don't think they push the tier 2. That might be pushed a lot, but this is the most important tower to get rid of. Makes approaching the Roche Pit 10 times easier.
Yeah, even with the shrine there, like the shrine is great, but this tier 1 is just valuable. So getting rid of that opens up the Roche, as you said, and opens up the bottom jungle too. They can rotate and maybe make some plays now.
Lizzie's trying to make a solo play here. This is very, very zealous, to say the least. Uh-oh, he's going on a BZZ here. The Tars just trying to club him down. Nice blink away. Dodges out the Slivering Crush, and now they see everything. Bloodseeker too late, though.
Yeah, there was no way. There was no way.
It's very optimistic. No, they try to get across in time, but sadly, this Rubik no longer has Shikuchi, so he's not able to make those sweet moves.
So the problem that I see for Espada right now is that they might have to be a bit more defensive, as if they do any aggressive moves and it backfires. Like, high ground is gone. They don't have buybacks on 3 of their heroes. So the question right now is, what do they want to do? You have 2 options. You either stay back completely and you play the high ground defense game, or you take the fight to them and you fight on their side of the map, because maybe if you have a somewhat decent fight and not all of your heroes die, you can respawn by the time they regroup and go to the fight. And there's the Daedalus. My god, this Templar Assassin hits hard.
Yeah, anyone who turns up in front of her is probably dead. Even the Alchemist, it doesn't matter how much regen you've got. Big crits.
It truly doesn't. It truly does not matter any longer. He went for that Octarine, by the way, after Manta, so this Giant, he's gonna be healing up a bit, and his cooldowns are reduced, but overall, he's not gonna be a huge factor in these fights. It's also just acid spray and concussion, right?
Yeah, it's basically a case of he's trying to buy time. This is just the I want to push out the lanes without being there. Need to get them away from my base as quickly as possible, but eventually, like next Roche, that's the problem. Once the next Roche is up, and if they secure it inside an RV, this split push tactic isn't going to work too well for you.
Definitely not. Basically what Navi is doing, they're just chilling around. Yeah, he's chilling exactly in the river around the Roche. It's not going to be up yet though, right?
It might respawn in a second. Alright.
Oh,
almost 3 minutes.
Feels bad.
Gonna have to find a way to occupy his time. Maybe find someone hunt.
Do you ever have those games in which, like, you wipe the whole team of theirs and Roche isn't respawned? As soon as they wipe you, Roche respawns magically, and there's a double damage rune right next to the Roche to make it even easier for them.
I mean, come on, let's be totally honest here, Liz. Everyone knows competitive games are scripted, right?
Yeah,
why would your pubs be any different? Oh, look at this smoke though. So there you go. He's got a black hole opportunity. If they stack up a little bit, the Blood Right's going to connect on the Misha. He hasn't used the global stance yet. Now Nick's going deep. He wants get rid of the threat. No way, so they go. Slide chasing forward. Will get hit up by the Winner's Curse. And Nick thrown across here by with the Rupture on top and won't care too much. BKB comes out with Crit Slides. Will turn to fight. Can they get through quick enough? Golden Break to buy time. Magical on the back, but the Global Silence finally coming out. Misha's dead. BZZ down to half HP already. Needs to move away from Magical and they'll turn around. The BKB Nix. He might burn up here. He's going to die. Triple kill with Magical. 100 for more. He blinks forward. Immersion will fall as well. They're in the base. They are ready to hit buildings. The creep wave not quite with them yet.
And the pause.
Taneko's like, sorry guys, lag. That's the only reason I didn't get a 5-man black hole.
Did it just
all good.
2G? Is that the GG? It might be. It just might be. They have no buybacks. Well, this TA is hitting that hard.
Yet the blood right now comes out. Now you start to feel it.
Yeah, this I actually thought going. Soneko is pinging it. I actually expected them to go for throne instantly.
Well, they're gonna do it. And this is gonna force Sparta in an awkward scenario. They've only got their Slardar available. None of their other cores are gonna be up in time here. They don't have buybacks either.
Yeah,
there you go, GG. All right, game one, Na'Vi, 31 minutes in, 15k net worth lead, but you're against an Alchemist, so might as well say 30.
So the problem was they fought on their side of the map, even though they had used their buybacks, so their respawn time is extra long, and if they lose that fight, they instantly just lose the game as well. Also,
Dire team ban.
At least if they take their freaking time, we're not sitting here just holding our dicks in our hands.
Ten.
Welcome back to some CIS Dota, guys. We're gonna have fun. We already see Furion
Dire team.
and the Necro.
Alright, green theme, let's keep going.
You know, the
Okay, they broke
couple of
us.
days I was actually trying to fix my English.
Drow Ranger.
Oh man, what the hell is happening? They're picking so
What?
fast. Like, I can't even...
How do we process this information list? There's too much.
I can't even... Wait, there's a Furion and a Drow.
Yeah,
Alright,
that's
that's meta, man.
so is this good? Like this feels like maybe already probably a support Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. Position 5 Prophet usually played a lot right now. So I guess that could be it. With Drow Ranger, though, you can send that Prophet on offlane and he can do a lot there too. Necro and Nyx, however, I don't know. I guess Necro is gonna be a core. I mean, he has to be, but Nyx, what's he gonna be is... We'll have to wait and see, but position 4 Nyx is usually what we have seen, right? So,
Yeah, I was about to say, I don't remember the last time that we saw Nyx as an offlaner. Seems to have really died off for the most.
yeah. So we have a Spectre as well with the Nyx and Necro. This is kinda already telling us it's most likely gonna be Necro Nyx offlane, Spectre +1 safe lane, and something mid for magical. However, Spectre is good versus Drow. Don't get me wrong, it's awesome. But if they decide to put Prophet on offlane +1, the Spectre is gonna get crushed. Like with Drow Aura, they should be able to really contest her very hard. And at the same time, Necro Nyx, Baratur, man. Oh my god!
I mean, it wouldn't be CIS if we didn't. Okay, Lich, an interesting choice that has been resurfacing quite a lot recently. It's a different approach to lane, right? Because it's not like we're going to win the lanes, more like we're going to survive the lanes, but it starves your opponent of so much XP.
Yeah, it starves the opponent, and at the same time you have this armor. I'm really eager to see which way this Lich is gonna go. Is he gonna go the I'm the bully Lich way, with I'm gonna come and Nova you in the face, or is he gonna go the armor way, in which he just puts that armor on Spectre and she does not get hit by those pesky little trees at all, considering this is offlane Prophet, which not have to.
With the Nature's Prophet under these, yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Escalating more.
I think what's happening here is these two teams know each other very well, and picking Storm right now isn't really something you usually do, but they know what Magical's heroes are, so they're picking Storm basically because of that. This isn't really the best Storm game in my opinion either right now.
5 seconds
not the worst.
remaining.
So it's a block pick as well as a decent pick for them, I suppose. Storm isn't great here, but you have Draw Aura, so it's gonna be much easier for you to lane it.
It's pretty worrying because of the Nyx Saturn especially being there. That's the biggest concern. Also Scythe, of course, from the Necrophos, because how often do you build a Lincoln second or third item on Storm? Usually it's not in your thought process. You're like, okay, I want to get, let's say, a Kaya, probably a Bloodstone, and then something like a BKB.
The more aggressive items you can get early on, the better for you as Storm. As long as you don't die, that is. As long as you're not beat. So you always, like when you're playing Storm, you want to get the most. I mean, when you're playing any hero, you want to get the most you can out of him. And usually what you want to do is get as aggressive as you can, right? But if you're forced to buy that BKB or Lincolns versus Nyx as Necro, as you said, kinda have to step back and play a bit more defensively. But let's see, the TA is banned, and I honestly think Magical's two most popular heroes are TA and Storm, that I have seen him play. In my pubs, he played some more heroes. In the games that I have watched them, I think he played Ember, was it?
5 seconds
I think we maybe seen some Ember, but yeah, those two are definitely like the top, right? the star heroes, right? Those are the ones you give him if you want to win a game.
So last game, he really dominated mid hard with that TA, and I believe because of that, they're just like, alright, we have this magical problem and we have to deal with it. And I guess this is a proper way. But picking Storm, man, maybe TA was good here as well, right? They have nothing to deal with the... Maybe if they... I think I would have liked the other way around, maybe banning. But if you pick TA, you don't have to even ban Storm.
It's like TA could work here because they don't have any quick way of whittling through that mid game.
They have no catch for Storm. That's the thing. I mean, Espada doesn't. So if they don't pick Storm, they're kind of opening themselves up to that hero that can jump on the Drow Ranger with Spectre. There's that.
Yeah, that's the big worrying factor, is the Spectre's going to be able to jump anyone that she chooses in this type of game. Feels like Espada have come to try and win the lanes, and they absolutely have to against this lineup.
Let's see the last pick. This is gonna basically show us. Navi thinks this is 5 hero. Let's see.
Venomancer.
Likely.
I imagine so. I don't remember the last time I really saw Venom's support. And hello.
Right? So it's a mid-link.
I mean, that's actually more or less the perfect pick you could give him in this draft, right? Like, there's only one hero that's going to be able to hit him when he has the strafe running.
It's good. It's good. There is para charge, though, which can be problematic. If you ever show yourself anywhere on the lane, you can need that charge, and because of that, you can be in vision once you try to gank someone. But overall, as Lynx, usually you only show yourself when you're eating that big creep, and then you start rotating it, searching for kills. Overall, I really like the way the meta is evolving a little bit after all the nerfs, but not a whole lot. Like,
wondering if the Gale gets dodged by Clinks and Strafe, because I've seen some weird. That's what I was wondering. Is like the more I thought about it, because the Avalanche incident. I was like, okay, how is we both watched it back, and there was no BKB on the Clinks, and he didn't actually get stunned.
Maybe it's one of those super short avalanche.
That's the thing.
It hits it, so oh.
But definitely a hero in a strong place right now because of that projectile dodge opportunity, especially in the mid matchup, because it just gives you the opportunity to force someone out of lane. They can't stand against you for a second.
Yeah, the mid lane usually should be favored for Clinks here, but the thing is, Storm just gets a few levels here, and he goes to jungle. He goes ham, and later on he has a way of jumping that Clinks, which is kind of fine for him. Hopefully the Clinks does not get items that can shut him down super early, like a fast Orchid or something. However, I'm not certain how this lane is gonna be considering there's Drow Aura. So Nyx is gonna have some bonus damage here, and it's gonna be a bit stronger than your casual Storm Spirit. Top lane is also very interesting, as do they have ways of actually killing this Drow Ranger? Not super easy, is it? Like Nyx and Necro. They can farm, but they're pretty passive, I think. I'm not certain.
I mean, Nyx can do a decent amount, but he needs a hero that can capitalize on it. And Necrophos is more this kind of attritional, I will slowly win the lane type hero.
Exactly, yeah. He can maybe slow them down a bit with Ghost Shroud perhaps, but it's not a lot that he can do.
Alright, so looks like 3 runes actually go in the way of a Sparta there. Wait, no, sorry, 2. Two apiece. Okay, two apiece.
Yeah.
Not too much aggression coming out. I think the interesting thing about putting the Nyx up here is he does have very good regen, so Misha won't be as annoying as he would for most supports.
He's still gonna be so annoying though, considering that there's that Drow Aura on him. So
he also...
Look at what he's doing.
Yeah.
Look.
Even get the denies. They just look at him as like, well, we can't do anything about this guy now. We've leveled the Impale, but it's on cooldown. This is actually harsh to deal with. Interestingly enough, he did not even start with the Orb of Venom.
Blight.
Yeah, or Blight, which is surprising. But I guess his worry is that they're going to be more threatening to him. They're going to be in his face a lot more.
Yeah, he committed. We see on Fury on position 5. But overall, it's fine. Bottom lane is going to be interesting, as there's maybe a few lucky bashes. Once this Vano is level 2 with the Gale, they can get the kill definitely. So from level 2, this bottom lane can't get interesting. Top lane, Lizzie getting pretty low.
Oh, one more tap.
Yeah,
he'll live. Misha has to back away. Does force out the south, but has his own to work with if he needs it.
Yeah, so we're seeing some region being traded.
A lot being traded mid, actually. Nyx already forced to use the south here. That's actually you'd think it's a big advantage for Magical, but he's already behind in terms of XP.
But he's behind because there's 2 range creeps, actually 3 that are under the tower. So actually he's in front if you look at it that way, as he has denied and he has more last hits, even though he has worked with less creep waves than Storm. So.
Yeah, well, it's actually a huge lead already. 3-0 to the 9-1. And it's already escalating. This is kind of your concern as well. Storm doesn't typically win many lane matchups before 6. And 6 isn't the biggest kill opportunity on a hero that has the ability to dodge projectiles.
I think what they need to do is just let him abuse the courier as much as possible. He's already sending himself that second Sal. And yeah, just basically rent this courier for mid for the duration of the laning stage. He needs a lot of region, a lot of salves to heal himself up, to get a few levels, and after that just go to the jungle and recover. That's all. Bottom lane though, Lich, Snake.
Oh, they're going in. Actually, BCC getting low, but Snake getting low fast. They'll be able to finish him off, and BCC, he's going to stay alive. He's got the stick there. Yeah, he did actually get the deny. Nicely done by Crystallize. Oh, BCC forced the salve up, gets nothing for his efforts. And that's pretty awkward. That's pretty demoralizing. Like, this type of lane, you'd think you'd be able to dominate pretty fast. It's a very defensive lane. Top though. Blizz is getting blocked out pretty hard here. Nice Impale stun, but LTW is going to get the slows from the Frost Arrows. It's going to be close for Blizzy if they keep blocking. Misha, the blocks, doing so much work here. LTW gets the first blood. Cheeky Prophet.
Bottom lane, Crystallize being...
Actually, the Gale's getting pretty low. Yeah, BCC, they can't actually finish him off. They need to move back. Crystallize. They're not going to deny him here. They'll let him live. He's got the salve available to him. But I was about to say, BCC's run out regen quick and actually dive in the tower here. Merchant just want to get rid of the salve, and instead he actually might dive this. The Gale's going to come up. BCC with the turnaround opportunity, but Seneko refusing to fight back. A big stick will keep him alive. Meanwhile, on the top, we do see a kill on the Drow.
And on the bottom.
Yeah, Barra died in the end. BCC does get to live, but I mean, yes, you stopped the salve, but not sure if it was entirely worth it. He still got half the value out of it.
This is one problem with that Lich deny, because what happened there, they basically sent him to base for free, Like, he got denied, so he's in base, and he takes all the items and he ports back bottom, heals up that Spectre.
I think Crystallize is in trouble here. Barra is pretty committed to this. Merchant going in. Straight away going to strike him up. Crystallize is going to fall.
No denying this time.
Refused to even use the tango. He was just cutting trees casually.
I think he was just waiting there, waiting for his fate. He knew what was coming. I'm pretty certain he knew exactly what was coming.
Is the power of the Spirit Cow. But, you know, he gets come back full regen. It's not the worst thing. My God, look at these blocks again. Blizzard, they're going to dive him. He needs to be careful. He needs to break line of sight very quickly. Okay, they give up in the end. He does cut enough trees, but the pressure they're applying in this top lane is disgusting.
Yeah, I love the way Misha is playing with his Furion and the blocks. Basically, the only kill potential that they've got is with those blocks, and they've done it fairly well so far.
Dire's middle tower.
Always enjoying to see. Bottom lane, Darge.
Crystallize's been left alone here. The Gale's coming out. They need a few bashes. They want to make this happen, though. The dagger's going to be thrown. Crystallize moved for the tree line. And actually should just about be able to dodge them out, but is going to lose practically his whole HP pool, and he has no regen. That's...
Has to back out. They do have that shrine over there, so
they should be using it soon. Maybe just regen's enough to get a wave or two before going. This is kind of the issue. When you pick a lich like this over-aggression isn't really going to be punished.
Definitely. So you have to get what you can with this thing. I mean, overall, there aren't many supports that could deal with Venomancer plus Barathrum. So Lich isn't...
I think in general, Lich kind of fills that role that we saw Warlock filling a few months back, right? Where it's like, yep, this lane should theoretically be lost, but it's going to be okay. And that's fair, especially when you drop something like a Spectre. You don't typically go, okay, we're going to win this lane.
Yeah, you don't expect to win the lane with the Spectre, definitely. However, you know what else you don't expect? You don't expect losing your mid tower minute 6.
Yeah, this is problematic.
That's exactly what happened. Yeah, this is super problematic. The Storm is not level 6 here, and Magical is getting close.
Yeah, he decides against it. He hasn't really got much in the way of mana. He'd hit a few Siren arrows, but that'd be about it. Plus, he doesn't know how close Nyx is to level 6 yet.
Yeah,
instead, he's heading bot.
What happened is Magical won the lane so hard that they had to commit Wyvern on defending that tower. This game, they didn't commit anyone.
Yeah, Merchant's gone here. No escaping this. He'll do the charge. He will not get the deny on the camp. And that did take Magical a while, because while he has finally got boots, he still isn't wearing them. They're going in. Blizzy. Oh, Sprout's going to come out, but the trees can't move around in time. He'll be fine. Blizzy's just standing his ground, actually. Is he trying to bait in here? I'm not sure what the gain.
Yeah,
oh, Clinks is here. Yep, they might go for the Impale opportunity on the Chew. Magical moving up. But that Death Pulse may have just given it away. LTW should know what's coming. Uh-oh. Impale gonna connect. The silence will not save the drow. Or the Fairy Fire might. Nope. Final Siren Arrow. Magical just toying with his opponents right now. What? New on the bot. Crystallize. Well, he's taking a lot of damage here. Merchant. It's like praying for a bash. He's gonna charge in now because Misha showed up. Teleported in. They'll find the kill. And now the TP up by Senenko. He'll be able to make his escape just in time.
All right. This bar has been bashing a lot. Every time I look at his bottom lane, he charges and then instantly bashes after.
I mean, yeah, I keep looking at the health. I'm like, okay, once again, Spectre has no health. This is the repetitive story at this point.
Yeah, this is one skilled Barathrum player. I can look at it, like Immersion. He knows how to bash. Very skilled.
Yeah, I mean, it takes countless hours of practice to get this kind of level of skill.
One of the hardest heroes to actually master. You just have to know how to bash.
I mean, you know, reading patterns, reading movements on the map, you know, farm paths, all these type of things, they don't help you. You just need to be very good at praying to the gods. And he's going to try again on the Blizzy here. They're going to get Gale out, they're moving in. Misha TP on the back foot, nice double Impale coming out, and Blizzy will make his TP away. And, well, Immersion's a little bit angry about this. Doesn't have charge for a few seconds. Chew, nicely done to save his four. Uh-oh.
Well, however, Clinks.
Yep, Magical's coming in. He's level 8. He wants to party here. BZZ might be in trouble. It's going to be a Horn. Crystallize moving off the top lane. The Gale's going to come out. BZZ dead. Discharging from Immersion's Brave. Will he be able to get away in time? He should be able to, because guess what? Blizzy is still not level 6. Finally hit it. Just a moment too late. Misha will TP away. Immersion's hanging around, though.
Oh, that
Impale. So close. Misha is gonna be a little bit squeamish about that one. Meanwhile, Chu's going in here. Stun coming off cooldown in a few seconds. Merchant needs a charge away from this. Uh-oh. Chu sees him. There's gonna be an impale. Oh no, he gets the charge away in time, but across the creep wave, just to the side. When make Kobe beef denied. Now the Sprout holding crystallized in place. The impale's gonna be on Misha. They'll just turn around, run him down here. Blizzy stand his ground, and now Nick's trying to move away. Will be able to make this escape, but Misha will not be so lucky.
I'm not certain why they decided to commit here. I know there's Invis on Storm, but Baraturm is already low, and you see 4 of them, 5 of them actually committing here. So why do you even try to defend this? You just give them 2 heroes extra besides that tier 1. So
I mean, they were buying time for bot, I guess, but this is not an out game. Okay, you're not getting a lot of value out of doing that.
Yeah, you have to buy time for this draw, but this Storm should be farming as well. It's also a hero that, yeah, he can create space right now, but how much can he actually do? He has
nothing.
Items. He says nothing at all, yeah.
I think he's got his treads finally coming out. Yeah, completed. But this is 10 minutes treads for your mid. He has not been having a good time. If you look at comparison on Clink's already got treads, his Aquila, got the Soul Ring.
The Diffusal as well.
Yeah, we see this all the time.
Yeah, this item build is actually crazy good.
And now going to work on Immersion. He should be fine. Needs that Diffusal first before he can take out a beefy target like that.
I think Bara is actually very tanky. Level 4, he has 1100 HP. That's actually ridiculously tanky. But the other heroes, if Clinks goes close to this Furion or a Drow Ranger, they're as good as that.
I mean, I think he's beginning his encirclement of what we typically see at the stage of the game. You reach 6 on a Nyx. Time to go looking for that kill on the Storm Spirit. Maybe goes for Merchant instead, actually. This time, Magical Bro Assistance. The charge is going to be there. No, Chu! He waits on the Impale. He doesn't get it out. That's an interesting way to approach a gank.
Even if you used stunt, he wouldn't be able to run away like that. But...
Oh. Nyx just used the Shrine, so he might be able to escape. But they don't use that to try and kill the Spirit Breaker.
They have to
Nyx. Impale. No, he's just out of range. Nyx will be able to make his escape. BCZ will not land the Gale onto anyone, but failed gank attempt. There's no objective for them to take it. It's only a tier 2 top, and they're not ready to push that yet. Meanwhile, on the bot, they were attempting to move on a Crystallize, but this man's got wise to it, Liz, okay? He's not falling for this anymore.
He's just baiting a rotation with Bara, I think. Sometimes you do that with the charge. As you could have seen, he was pretty low, like 40% HP, so there is no way he died that tier 2 even with Drow and Furion. So sometimes you just charge someone and you bait out the TPs and then you bail, and that's it. As you have that mobility, right? You have the charge. You can reset from anywhere else, while if they port, they're kind of committed to stay in that area. So overall though, that missed gank on Storm is good for Espada again, as they can kind of recover a little bit, and this Drow is farming bottom a bit, but small step forward, but not really great. Lynx is really in front. He has a lot of farm. They're completely dominating their side of the map. They do have heroes, yeah.
I was about to say,
on Espada, can deal.
I was gonna say he's been really good at staying off the map as well, like the Clinks. So you were saying earlier about like the charging onto the Spectre all the time, right? And it's this type of hero that you don't actually want to have to commit charges to, because the moment you get close, there's going to be a haunt, and then someone else on the other side of the map is vulnerable.
Yeah. So far, though, yeah, he's been staying off the map, but they failed one gank on Bara mid with Lynx, then they failed another one, and then they failed a gank on Storm. And that whole time, what was Drow doing? She was just farming. At the same time, there is a Spectre farming, so I'm not certain you're happy with that. Again,
you gotta kind of take what you can get.
So hard, yeah, you have to take what you can after you lose the mid so hard. I mean,
definitely.
They're kind of shooting themselves in the leg 2 games in a row with this mid pick. Not certain it's the right option to do, but yeah, maybe they have something planned for this game.
Yeah, it's been a case of Navi's been exploiting heroes that have kill potential in the lane and then beyond. Whereas you pick, you know, the first game was the Alk, he just wants to farm. The Storm, not that strong until he gets up to level 6 at least. And I mean, they did have this final pick Clinks. We said it was very good against this lineup.
Clinks and Nyx hunting two little his boys. But this sentry and an obs gives them a lot of vision. And you can see this sentry and obs combination, and then there's one, yeah, that one at the shrine too. Both of these, they're giving them a lot of info on where Clint at least isn't and where Nyx isn't. So overall,
yeah, they're doubling up everywhere.
Yeah, they're committing a bit more into these sentry wards. They're actually improving a lot. If you remember that last game, they actually had a lot of issues with that Shadowbladed Tiny, picking them off all the time. This game though, they've wisened up and they're kinda doing better against that.
Oh, Gale, Blizzy, they're going on me. Does have to go Shroud available. We'll throw it out. Now the chain force is going to be immersion. Trying to cancel them, trying to move away, but the TP out is going to fail. Oh, the trees. Why did he not move away the trees? And while that's happening, actually Chufal's in the bot lane here. Crystallize hides in the tree line, but back to Misha not moving those trees away. That's the reason that his ever faithful Spirit Breaker is dead.
Every bounce went on to him.
It's true.
That as well. Oh, me.
Yeah, Magical's been seen though, and now it's going to try to go to work. The Sprout's going to be there, but it won't save him because Crystallize moves across. Patience from Crystallize pays off.
Yeah, so overall they do get their two supports.
Snaker, full lightning forward. Nyx is out of mana already though. Needs to be careful, move away. Magical, 8 creeps. Yeah, LTW might be a little trouble. The Gale does connect. Now there's going to be a Haunt there. Who do they go on, though? They're trying to decide. There we go. Moving forward on a Sparta. They maximize the use of Haunt before making their move. They don't have enough of the Spectral Dagger. Will with the Wand, though. They might look to dive this, in fact. Magical's moving around the side. Immersion. Impale connects, and they'll be able to clean up the kill. Magical. Getting pretty scary. Crystallize also finished off BZZ in the tree line. And Nyx is just using the shrine to make sure he can escape this. Meanwhile, look at this. They just Prophet wants to D-ward so badly.
Yeah, they just take out those wards. They're super important in this game. Vision game is basically everything. If you keep them low on sentries and observers, at least sentries, Nyx and
Seneca's paying though. Nyx is in trouble because Nyx just went on Nyx and they will clean up the kill. Magical just waiting for that. They'll take that trade.
Yeah, Nyx really wrecked Nyx there with his mana burn impale.
I mean, this.
Yeah, the ward game is of huge importance.
Misha. Okay. Oh, nice move from Misha. Yeah, he had the right move there. Because if he's actually put it perfectly. Because if he catches Chu in the Sprout, he's in range for the Impale.
Yeah, that was perfect. That was just way too perfect for Nyx to do anything about it.
And look at that, straight away to the bot lane. Just. Yeah, it's actually pretty useful here because usually we see this focus around just split pushing, whereas the ward game here is the huge difference. And this smoke,
it is right. Like it's very hard for you to just run around as a support and the ward versus Nyx and Lynx. But if you can port somewhere to ward,
oh no,
let's go.
Oh no, Crystallize just showed up mid. They put down the ward team instantly. The blade mail will not protect him. The TP's coming in. Maybe they get on BZZ in time. Death Bolt need to get low for the opportunity to the side, but no. Side's down on LCW. A little bit too late. They'll still be able to clean up the kill. Double kill for Nyx on the other side though, because he is cleaning house. He annihilates what was originally the bot lane duo, and Chu moving forward. Nyx has no mana. They could probably get him here. Next time, Impale comes out. You can eat a DD, but it's not going to help you. Alrighty, once again, I'd say a favorable trade, considering you brought all 5 heroes on the side of a Sparta.
All 5 heroes, and you still lost your mid and your carry, which are basically the most important two. Like they don't have some greedy offlaner that can make a huge difference later on. It's just this Venomancer that's going for Vessel. So losing Storm and Drow is actually huge. But you did take down that Spectre. That's something. That's something. Not great, it's not where you want to be, but it's better than being passive. They're making aggressive movements, and because of that they're able to ward deeper and get some more map control, which is fine. They still did not get that tier 1 on mid though, so that's not awesome.
I think it's also the kind of case we're seeing here is this is typically what happens when you pick a Venom in a draft, right? It's decent in the lane, but then there's this kind of void area where it doesn't do much until it gets to level 2 Poison Nova.
You know what the biggest issue that I see here for Veno is? Basically, when you're playing Venomancer, it's very hard to gank this guy. He can basically take over one side of the map and completely farm there with plague wards everywhere. And if you top lane.
Yep, Chu just revealed by the dust. Charge through, they do see him. Use the spike carapace to slow down Spirit Breaker return. There's going to be a zip in. Ball lightning is used, and Chu will fall now. The magical's been hit as well. The Never Strike's good, but there's the horn. There's the chain boss as well. Nick's trying to move away what little man he has left, but it's too late. He's going to get hit. Mission will be able to make escape, but Immersion will not be so lucky. Nice counter initiation there with the horn.
Yeah, definitely. Very well done. They get the Nyx. Nyx and the Baraturm, so...
Radiant's middle
you know, Nyx on Nyx action, like we said. Yeah, I think LTW's dead here. Dagger comes down. I mean, that's cute. You can try, but the strafe's already been used. Magical clean up the kill. It was an admirable attempt, but you're a pitiful drow. You can't live through that.
He really committed for that mid tower. I think he knew he was most likely gonna die if he does that. So, kind of opening the map up a bit. It's not great. I think Furion should have done that maybe with his treants.
Oh no.
Split pushing.
Blizzy and top, they're charging onto him. Amisha sprouts himself in to make sure he can't move away. And Blizzy hit up by Spirit Vessel as well. The reveal is good. Trying to move away. He can't get enough heals off the Ghost Shroud. He's going to fall.
Yeah, I actually really like the Vessel on BCC versus the Necro. Usually it's an item that you see on position 4s, right? But they realized that Baraturm is not going to be able to get that. He really does not have that farm. And the sooner you get that vessel, the easier it is for you to fight, because you can take down that Necro.
I think the and the fact they have a drow.
They can do this fairly quickly, but
Magical knows. But they know as well.
But they don't have
Chu, they jump in. Spike carapace first though, no! They're all being stunned up. The sun's gonna come out, only connect over 1. The point is Nova's there on the 2. Clinks doesn't care about the Spirit Vessel though. Run down BCC. 1-for-1 trade, but a bigger investment coming out from Espada there.
Can they go back in though? Is that possible?
I'm not sure they can, because the Poison Nova's gonna run out soon. Oh, Misha.
Drow.
Taneko has been seen here. And will be forced to fight. Drow moves across. The Chain Frost is going to bounce. Is it going to bounce favorably? Yes, the Misha. They'll be able to find him. They've got this type, but they don't want to use it. They'll get rid of him casually and be able to move across because they've still got all their cores available.
Storm is there, though. He's on that bounty rune, ready and waiting. There's Clinks rotating as well from behind.
Yeah, he spotted the TP, though. Nick should know about this. Be able to move away. Gives up the bounty as well. Oh, Scythe coming out. They finally kill on LTW as Clinks just ambushes the backline. And that will end their dreams of Roche, but gives birth to Navi's.
Now we can definitely go for this rush now. Maybe Nyx can try, Storm Spirit can try and go. Oh, they won't.
No, I think they're worried about Storm potentially zipping in.
Yeah, that's it. Like Storm can try and zip in, maybe steal it. I'm definitely certain they could have done it.
Oh no. Yeah. Speaking of Nyx is in the bot lane. Chu picked up a haze, chased the forward to the BZ here. Impale's going to come out. Magical doing the work. Won't be quite enough. The Spirit Vessel now never strike through. He's going to die to Immersion instead. The Horde's going to be there. They'll get the kill to BZZ. And now vengeance must be had. Immersion in a little bit too deep. He's just trying to keep all the blood in his head, but it's spilling all over the river.
Yeah, this is definitely favorable.
Misha? Chu! No, he gets the Impale out. With the spike carapace, he'll be fine. Misha just gets baited into his own death here. Is he going to live? No, he's not. The use is going to be there, and he will fall. Nicely done by Chu to give vision. Venge your father.
There's no way. As well, there's no way whatsoever.
Oh, wow. Greed punished, I guess. Misha, I'm not even sure if it's worth it that much if you get that kill.
I mean, for a position 5, if he gets that Nyx, he gets a lot of experience and gold. So, but overall, yeah, it's not worth it if you don't get it. That's for sure.
Well, yeah, I can agree with that statement. But even like net worth, I mean, look at them right now. Chu is feeling a little bit poor.
Yeah.
You compare it to the POS 5 on the side of the Spada. Oh, look at this. They're charging in. They want Crystallize. They don't realize how many heroes there's. Scribble's going to be there. TP from each to be able to clean them up. No response in time. Blizzy's showing up. May have made a mistake here. He needs to move away. He's got the Ghost Shroud available. He's going to use the Yules first. When he comes down, though, Silence connects and he's done.
Yeah, the problem with that Yules is you want to save it for after the weapon. To get rid of the Vessel or the Silences, right? But if you use the Yules for the Silence and then you get Vesseled afterwards, you're just gonna die, regardless. Doesn't matter.
And look at that. Roche opportunity has arrived again for the side of Espada, and this time Na'Vi have no response.
Like, Espada are really pacing this game really well. They're setting the tempo and they're playing really fast. I think Furion is one of the reasons why. Furion and Baraturm, obviously. They're just charging everywhere and going in. Look, Lynx is being charged right now. Maybe if they can rotate. Maybe if he goes a bit deeper.
This is what they've been waiting for as well. This is the target they've wanted. Well, Misha's already teleporting. This is deep, but there's the dust reveal. The Sprout's going to be there. It says, slow down. We need to reach you. Besides against it, though, it's literally right next to a tier 2. I wouldn't advise.
Maybe if Lynx was a bit aggressive, if he crossed the river or something like that, then you could go for him. But if he goes under a tower, you definitely don't go there. Especially as there's a Drow Ranger on the top, so she's not even close. She's not able to connect in any single way. So, yeah,
and that's what's changed things here, right? Is like they can actually pressure Clinks now because they can see him before he gets in this. The ward placements are 10 times more aggressive than they were a few minutes back.
And look at all these sentries. Look at the sentries around Roche, around mid. There's 4 sentries in the river. It's a little train of sentries. Little centipede. There's sentry and obs on bottom. So as soon as they see this Lynx, if they charge him, as you said, they can just control the pace of the game because they see their main initiating tool. However, Spectre is getting close to that Radiance.
Yeah, he is pacing himself, but we'll gradually get there a little bit later because he did go for that blade mail first. But they are desperately trying to get rid of these deep walls. They know Espada have them, but the smart placements, I mean, look at this one behind the tier 1 top, and then the one in the jungle as well. These are not expected locations, as you can already see from the sentries being placed.
Yeah, it's usually you put the sentry up on that uphill in their jungle, and they planted the observer right. That's done on purpose, by the way. They planted it right there, so it wouldn't get rewarded. Really good placement, as you said.
I mean, it's actually, yeah, it's super smart because the other thing about it is, say they do get you with a sentry, you know what the range is, but they must actually have an obs of their own on the high ground.
Yeah.
Actually, instead, Nyx feeling bombed by the Aegis is going to lead the push into the tier 2 here. And Na'Vi have no intentions of interrupting this. They are still trying to finish that Radiance.
I think they just wait for Radiance, but how much can they wait? Baraturm is charging the Sphinx, but he's ported out.
Yeah, he already knew something was up. I mean, like, you just saw the Spirit Breaker mid. He immediately went missing. I think we know what's coming.
Right, so the Radiance needs one more creep, and after that he'll have it. I think once she has Radiance, they just have to make sure that Espada does not initiate on Crystallize. As long as they don't initiate on Crystallize, and there's Radiance up, they can fight.
Yeah, ping's coming out about Magical because he's moving bot. He sees that Sneko is being charged by a Merchant. Now, Devon Strike forced into Magical here, bashes him through the tree, and now the horse is going to come out. Looking to move forward. Where's the target? Goes straight on to Misha. Crystallize should be able to burn this down pretty quickly. Nothing to do. Meanwhile, Nyx going in pretty deep. Gets hit up by Nyx at the start. 1 life down. Buyback's going to come out from Misha. He needs to get involved very quickly on the back foot. BTC just being ran down by Crystallize here. Can't even get a good poison over out. Now, the Chain Frost bouncing across. Misha's going to get low on HP, but Sneko will be finished off. Stand up on Nyx. This knife down. He gets killed off twice. The buyback, the dieback from the Nature's Prophet. And LTW will walk home without any teammates.
And just a perfect fight from Na'Vi, honestly. Just a perfect execution there. That's the way they win these fights. As soon as she gets Radiance, as I said, if they don't initiate on Crystallize... I actually thought it was a bit too soon because he didn't have that Radiance yet. So I expected a Lich to just die there and they let him die. But Crystallize just got that Radiance as they were charging.
Oh dear. LTW got revealed by the dust. There's no escape from this. Nicely done by Magical. Just like, and this is the power of Clinks, is when your opponents are a few heroes dead, you don't have to, you can be as bold as you want, because in a one-on-one, there's not many heroes that beat Clinks.
Exactly. They have to be super smart about this, Espada. If they want to win this game, they can't mindlessly keep on charging players any longer. They could have done it up to this point because there was no Radiant Spectre. At this point onwards, I don't know.
BZZ making interesting choices here. Blizzy gonna climb out. There's the Impale coming through. The Blade Mail will protect BZZ somewhat. The poison there finally coming out. Magical getting hit by Never Strike. Might get low here. Can they take him out? The Gale's about to run out. So no, he'll be able to survive this. No, they get him.
The global presence.
Misha globally present even when he's not there. The Wrath of Nature does secure the kill. But 2 for 1 and you lose the tier 1. I'm not sure about the value in that. I know Misha's going to be happy. I mean, you got 840 gold out of that. jangling the money in his pocket right now. He just picked up a Meteor Hammer.
Yeah, Meteor Hammer, meme hammer for him.
This is all I see right now with Nature Prophets, is just picking this up.
Yeah, Sprout, Meteor Hammer, also very good for split pushing and farming as too. Like, it's a really good item for Furion. It's a good item overall, I think. It's not really picked up as much by other heroes. Nyx, like Chu, is one of those heroes that can perhaps pick that Meteor Hammer up, but he's going for the Yules instead. Overall, if Espada wants to win this, they have to initiate first. Exactly, they have to smoke up, and they have to do some moves in which they jump Spectre. If they don't jump Spectre, it's very hard and very unlikely that they're gonna win that fight. Once Spectre uses Haunt, it's a mess. They have way too many squishy heroes that are just gonna be eaten alive by that Spectre still.
Yeah, this smoke is not gonna find anything though, because, well, actually...
On the tower.
Yeah, they got the tower, but they were really hoping for a lot more, that many heroes in the rotation. They are still sticking mid, but
it's hard when you smoke as 5. It's very hard to get killed.
Oh, Taneko gets found though. Meteor Hammer's gonna be there, but won't be needed. They're able to clean up the kill. TP in by Blizzy. Never Strike's gonna hit on it. Someone's the Horde now gonna be there. They need to retreat. Crystalline just cutting the back line. Looking on the Misha. Maybe the sun's coming out. RCW. Can they get him to question? Misha getting low. They're still putting enough to the Spectre. The Blade Mail as well. They don't have the opportunity to attack. Misha's gonna pick out. RCW might go as well, but now the Vortex is gonna be a turnaround opportunity. They'll find it. The double impale afterwards. Vengeance must be had. Nyx will fall. RCW gets smashed in the face by the side. And on the side, BZZ helpless to help his own team because he can't even help himself.
Yeah, so even though they went on that Lich before Necro even ported, even though they killed the Lich all alone lonesome, it gave all the info to the Spectre to use that haunt properly to go on to them. Yeah, she died, but she created so much chaos and so much space that Klinks and Nyx and Necro just cleaned up. And did you see that? Storm was killing Spectre, but he was actually killing his Furion instead because of dispersion. Like, Furion just died running. No, he wasn't even kidding. He wasn't even hitting Spectre or anything. He was just trying to get out, and he dies.
Well, that's kind of the thing as well. As soon as the Blade Mail went, that was the other thing. The perfectly timed Blade Mail as Storm tries to like counter-initiate, nothing he could do at all. Nyx on Spirit Breaker action here. Immersion, you can't make these charges alone, buddy. This is
thank you guys. Maybe he wanted Furion to 14 or something like that, but Furion was not ready, and even with that Furion, it's very, very hard for them to get that kill.
Oh, look at this though.
Thank you.
They're going again. Magical just use the Skeleton Walk. The Vendetta is available. They do have a Blink Dagger on Chu now. BZZ is very far forward.
He has Blade Mail though, so but it's very hard for... Oh, there's Hex though.
Oh, there we go. Hex comes out. Magical goes to work. Down to half HP already. The charge is going to be there. BZZ Phoenix from Spirit Vessel. Never Strike turnaround. He's shown up as well. 4-1 and Magical gets baited in here. Chu is just hiding the tree line, TPing out.
Yeah, I think Magical... that wasn't really necessary. Every action that you make is gonna be punished 100%. Or they're gonna fight. Whenever you go on this Venomancer, there's gonna be a response 100% because there's charge and there's global port for Furion. What things had to do is just wait 5 more seconds because after that they would have Haunt. I was checking Spectre the whole time. She had the Haunt on cooldown still. So if they waited...
Oh, there it is though. Impale, sight coming out. RCW just disappears from the Shameful. It's chasing over the backline. He's Merchant left behind as well. RNG. You know what? We've talked about the RNG and how Spirit Breaker may have been practicing his bashes, but these chain frost bounces have been insane.
These chain frosts are insane, but honestly, the only thing they did there that was important was slow people down, to be honest, because this Spectre is so tanky and this Necro, just the two of these heroes, they do so much that, like, even without Klinks, they won a fight. Klinks wasn't even alive. So that's how confident they feel right now.
That's why I like this Guardian Greaves pick up as well on Blizzy. It just gives them so much effective HP in fights between the dispersion, the frost armor, and the heals.
Now you can deal with the silence some other way as well. It's very unlikely that this Necro dies. Very hard for them to kill him.
Well, they take the Roche, and Crystallize is lactose intolerant, so he'll take a second life, and Blizzy will be the one taking the cheese. Merchant, yeah, he's starting to rethink things a little bit. It's like, this may be a little bit overly bold.
That's when you write joke, bro, you know. Just kidding. I won't charge you. Like, there's no way. Who does he charge any longer?
Lich, maybe, but that's backfired on him several times already.
I mean, it's great if he manages to charge Clinks just for the vision, or to see where he's going, as this Clinks has that Hex, and they've kind of relayed over the cheese to him as well. So it's gonna be a bit harder to kill him as well. And there, we have a smoke. There's no haunt for 10 more seconds, but what are 10 seconds?
I mean, the timing around these haunts have been almost flawless, except for that incident mid.
Yeah.
And Magical leading the way. That Hex course, he wants any target.
Back. Look at this. They're all running back. I know what's up.
Oh, did they spot ILTW? They did. The blink ball, the Impel's going to come out. The Haunting will matter. They get the dust reveal. Now the side comes down. The spike carpet's there. Means this immersion needs to move away from Chu. On the side, though, Nyx, he can't get the bull line now. He just dropped the jet. Oh, this is tragic for them. And now they're going to lose a tier 2. They might even lose high ground. There's going to be a cutting of the wave coming out from Misha in the meantime.
And there's no buyback on draw. He's dead for 80 seconds. That died. They have 2 creeps on mid.
Yep, they can just tank this.
Creeps, yeah. That was what? Lich? Why?
Lich, Sneko sniggering his own team here. Will TP back to defend the top.
This one creep, he went to attack the snake.
Oh no. They're going to end up triggering the back door. They're going to tower in time, actually, in fairness.
They're going to get the tower. Maybe even...
They actually could with the strafe. They can do this. They can get rid of the melee racks. Alrighty. People will still be questioning Seneco's decisions there. But they can't blame...
They still had that one range creep.
But look at Chu. Chu is so happy right now. He didn't know Nyx felt this way about him. It's this connection between their names and their heroes. He brought him jewelry, dude. Nice, glorious gem.
Oh, a green gem.
Yeah.
Every girl dreams.
When's the marriage? That's what I want to know.
Once he gives him a ring.
Oh, you know, yeah.
He needs to buy the...
Oh, yeah.
Drop it for him.
Just drop a ring of hell for him. It's like, I got you the biggest gem I could find, but now we need a ring to put in.
Radiant are scanning.
And also Chu.
It's a soul ring, man. Come on, not ring of...
I'm sorry. Okay. We can't be cheap. There's no being cheap. Okay.
Yeah.
You want that soul? You want that ring that makes it go pop, okay? And that's what a soul ring does. So it makes sense. Blizzy. This is next to a shrine, though. They're going to commit. Triggers the shrine. There's going to be ball line in. There's the vortex control, but they're scared immediately away by Suneko.
There's Haunt ready and waiting, man. They didn't even tickle this Necro.
Yeah, he's not even feeling it.
No HP. Top lane. Misha, hello?
Uh-oh. Misha? He tried to go for a push. He's going to use the immediate hammer, but Chris likes to just sidestep it and walk straight back in. The charge from Spirit Breaker will not help at all. And while that's happening, actually in the bot lane, they run down Nyx. All right. Wanted to thank him for the recent jewelry pickup. Does so with a nice impel to the face. This is the life of a Storm Spirit in a Nyx game, though. Oh, RTW. This is the life of RTW2. They call GG. They're done. They give up already. All right. Na'Vi 2-0. Convincing wins over the side of a Spark. And, I mean, you know, people were wondering how this new roster of Na'Vi would be. Keep in mind, Espada were one of the favorites for the TI qualifiers, and they did very well.
Yep. I mean, TI